Hello and welcome to Faith with Flavor. The Bible says in life we will have tribulation, and that was just the beginning of a tragedy that changed the course of Erin Vega's life. Today she is here to share her story of how she was able to overcome the loss of her son in an unexpected way. And I pray that her story would be an encouragement to all the mothers out there who have dealt with the loss of a loved one. Aside from that, I recently traveled to Nashville to attend the National Religious Broadcasters Convention, and I wanted to give all of you at home an inside look into the NRB convention and my experience on the trip. Take a look at Nashville through my eyes on my first ever vlog. Hey guys, so right now I'm getting ready to go to the airport with my boo. Say hi, boo.
Hi, boo.
I'm so excited to be promoting TV and salsa at the NRB convention in Nashville. So we'll see you soon. Bye. We just arrived in Nashville for the conference. So excited. And this is Teresa. She's one of the programmers from TV and Salsa with her show Believe. So right now we're gonna go get our luggage and we'll keep you posted. See you soon.
Opened up my eyes. Nothing's gonna shake or take away my faith. I'm gonna show 'em what it looks like.
Just arrived into our hotel room for a few days. Here it is at the Gaylord Opry. We have great news, guys. We just found out that we are going to Israel.
Yes!
And we are going to get to go vlog the whole trip for you. We're going to take our husbands along with us. And we are so excited right now. I cannot wait. This has been a lifelong dream. It's on my bucket list and I am so excited. I can't wait to tell you all about it.
And I'm so excited I could kiss her.
Mwah. Downtown Nashville people. Say hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Mark is in charge of Juice TV, if you don't know.
I'm tour guide.
Yeah, and he's being the tour guide. Yeah, so tell us about Nashville. Where are we right now, Mark?
I was saying that Nashville is known as the Vatican of the South because they have more churches per capita than any major U.S. city.
What's the name of this restaurant? Taco Mamacita. That sounds like it tastes so good. Just got my southern chicken.
Southern sides.
And southern sides. We got some beans, baked beans, potato salad, and mac and cheese. So right now we're here at GIGI'S CUPCAKES. They look delicious.
So amazing.
Yum.
Let me try another.
Hey guys, so we're here at the NRB convention. All these wonderful booths are right here. We are meeting so many people that are excited about TV and salsa and what we're doing at this exciting new network. Check out our amazing booth. We have pens we're giving out. We have a media kit full of excellent stuff that has to do with our network, as well as our TV and salsa jar so you can get your flavor on. And as you can see right here, it has our logo right here, our little slogan, Faith with Flavor, which is also the name of my show. Check it out. So here's our food. We've got some coleslaw, and this is Emily from Hillsong, and that's Jonathan over there. You're from Najat. Here's mine. I got the fried shrimp with the sweet potato casserole.
Little baby, don't you cry.
Hi, beautiful people.
What just happened?
Whoa,
Why don't you tell us what just happened?
Right now, Kayleen just sang for us in the restaurant, and she was amazing. And now we're getting in this car because it's freezing.
My car's.
Oh my God. Where's the car? It's so cold. Okay.
All right.
Beautiful. Teresa, I love your outfit. It really is working for you.
What's up, guys? Look who's in the house. It's Pastor Demas in the house.
Salsa all the way. Woo! So good to be here in the house at the NRB promoting TBN Salsa, the hottest show. You need to watch it. Check it out right now. Turn to it at tbnsalsa.org.
That's right. tbn-salsa.org. Peace. We're about to go on this boat ride, and I'm here with Teresa and Pastor Demas. Say hi. I really hope you enjoyed getting a little taste of Nashville through my eyes, and I would really like to take this time to personally thank everyone who stopped by the TBN Salsa booth and shared your heartwarming stories of how this network has touched your life. This is only the beginning of what God is doing right here at TBN Salsa. Well, my very special guest this week is Erin Vega. Erin, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for coming on the show and just, sharing your story that I cannot wait for all the viewers out there to hear because it's so impactful. And, before we get into the story, why don't you give us a little background story on yourself?
Okay. Excuse my voice, I'm a little raspy. I was born to Tammy and Allie. My mom and dad separated at a young age. We had kind of like a crazy childhood, not a lot of good Christian example, I would say. I'm blessed to say now that everybody's clean and we're best friends, but it was a struggle getting there. And God always made himself really known in my life, and it wasn't through any one person. He was just destined to find me. And so I started church at a young age by myself, and God has just been guiding me ever since. I have 3 boys. Their names are Joshua, Vincent, and Isaiah, and I'm married to Vincent.
That's beautiful. Now, when you were young, your family wasn't saved, so you ended up going to church by yourself, right? What was that like for you?
You would think it was painful, but it really wasn't. It was a blessing. The church was my first real healthy example of community. It helped me discover my talents, the gifts that God has given me. The church really just super blessed me. I found my friends there. I met Isaiah's father there. It really gave me the foundation to start a healthy life. It gave me a chance because all I had seen was drugs, alcoholism, and a lot of negative examples, and the church was my positive. And so I loved it. I loved it so much that I would take a city bus there by myself.
Wow.
And I was so involved. It saved my life, for sure.
That's wonderful. What kind of programs were available to you at your church that you decided to take on?
So many. There were so many programs. I mean, I was on the dance team. I was in the choir. I had my hands in everything. And I'm super blessed because I love to dance. I love to sing. I love to talk. I love just to communicate. And God was able to use all those things. My mom would always say, "You're a ham." Growing up, you always want all the attention. And God was able to take something that might be a flaw and turn it into something beautiful and bless other people. One of the programs I loved the most was the True Love Waits program. They kind of give you the tools needed to try to preserve yourself and know how special you are. If you're, in my case, being a young lady without a dad, without a mom at the time, I didn't have really the best example of what a woman of God should act like. And True Love Waits really gave me the tools I needed to move forward in a healthy way.
That's beautiful. Now, we're here to talk about your son, Isaiah, and what happened with him, but you received a vision from the Lord, right?
Yes.
Can you share that vision with us?
Sure. A little background is I did meet Isaiah's dad at the church, and we started dating, and the True Love Waits program was amazing, but I have to learn things the hard way, I guess you would say, at that age, where it helped me a lot. I also kind of went the other way. I thought we were going to be married. I mean, who doesn't think they're getting married at 17, right? So we ended up having a baby, Isaiah. Before Isaiah was to be born, I couldn't imagine having a baby at that time, financially, emotionally, spiritually. I mean, my mom was struggling to make ends meet. I had just got back with my mom at that time. I had just went to live back with her, and I was working. I was going to school. There was no way I could have a baby, so I thought. And abortion was so embedded in me. Everyone, everywhere is like, you can't have this baby. Your hopes and dreams are going to be gone. You're giving up your life. And at that time, I was like, I'm going to be homeless. I'm in high school. How am I going to have this baby? And my mom said, you know, we can do this together. I've got you. And bless her heart, I believe that she wanted that, but she wasn't in a position to do such a thing. Like, she barely got us back.
Wow.
And so I told her, she came home excited, what to expect when you're expecting. She handed me this book. And I told her, I'm sorry, but I am not going through with this pregnancy. I scheduled an abortion for tomorrow. And I was sick with this decision because I knew it was wrong, but everything in the world was telling me there's no other way. I even looked into adoption, but I knew, knowing me, that once I saw my baby, I was not gonna be able to hand them over to someone else. And so Satan was like, take the easy way out, you'll be done. Just run like you always do, run. And so I was like, okay, scheduled an abortion. My mom was very heartbroken. She started crying, and she took the book and threw it out of the door, and she left the house. And then I just fell to my knees crying. I was like, I couldn't breathe, started having an anxiety attack. So I step outside my front porch, and the book is sitting right there. And I was like, didn't you throw this far away? And I looked down, and the book is open. And it's not just open on a page, it's open to the exact date I am in my pregnancy, to show me what my baby looks like at that moment.
Wow.
And I was convincing myself they're just cells, and you know, like, we'll just go to science because I know what God wants and that's not what I want, so let me change it. And I sat down and I held the book and I started crying, and I felt God's presence so heavy, but like in a way I've never felt him before. And I saw this little caramel skinned baby wrapped in blue. He had this big old smile, and I knew his name was Isaiah.
Wow.
And so I decided then to have Isaiah.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, what happened on October 23rd, 2014?
Well, we got up like a normal morning. At this point, I'm married to my husband, Vince. Together we have 3 children, his, hers, and ours. Vinny was with me, and Isaiah was starting to get ready for school. At this time, Isaiah's 11. He's very mature, very smart, very grown up. He's like 11 going on 25. And so he's getting dressed up, and he comes out of the room and he's really dressed up. And I'm like, where are you going? And then I smelled him, he's wearing cologne, he had his button up on. And I'm like, what's going on? Why are you dressed up? And he said, oh, I have a hot date. And he winks at me, and I'm like, okay. He's like, I look good, don't I? And I'm like, yes, you do, you're very handsome. And then he's like, can you do my hair today? I said, you know how to do your own hair, Bubba. Why do you need me to do it? He's like, I just want you to. And I said, okay, yay. Inside, I was like jumping for joy because I love him. I love doing his hair. I love talking to him. And so I went in the bathroom and I started combing his hair. And then I told him, this is how you do it. And I was teaching him, you know, for future. And he stopped me and he grabbed my hand and he said, I love you so much. Everything is so perfect right now. I wish it could stay this way forever. And I looked at him and I started to cry. And so when we start to cry in our house, we make a joke. You're being so emo. And we like push each other, right? I said, get out of here. And he's like, okay, well, if I'm gonna make it to school on time, I should go. And I said, okay. And then he walked around the corner and then he came back and he gave me this big old smile and this wink. And he's like, I'll see you soon. See you in a few hours. And then he hugged and kissed Vinny and he left. And then 5 minutes later, I hear my sister screaming. Mind you, me and my sister are neighbors. Wherever one of my family goes, we all go. So we always live by each other. And a little bit to backtrack, during the time of my parents, the problems I had growing up, my brother and sister both lived with me. At one time, I was their second mommy. So I heard my sister screaming, and you know how your baby scream. I knew that something really horrible had happened by the way she was screaming. It wasn't a normal scream. It was like much pain in her, so much that I ran out of the house with no shoes on. I'm just in a tank top and leggings, like just in my pajamas, and I just start running. And she said Isaiah was hit by a car. And I said, I couldn't think, I just ran. And I felt like I ran for hours. I was just running and running, and I couldn't get there. And it was only like right at the front of the apartments. We moved right across the street from Isaiah's school so that he could walk one street because he wanted to be a grown-up, principal's honor roll. He wanted to be mature, he asked me. And so we literally went to that school just for that. And by the time I got there, they were holding me back, the police. I could see his backpack on the floor. And I said, let me through, that's my son. And the firefighter came and he had tears in his eyes. And I'm like, why is this man crying? And he told me I had to get to the hospital because Isaiah was in critical condition. And so my sister pulled up with the car. They went and got the car and we jumped in and started the journey to the hospital.
What was your immediate reaction when your sister, when you heard that horrible scream?
It like stopped me in my tracks. Like, I'm so blessed that God gives me this sense of things. He kind of tells me things before they happen. Mm-hmm. I knew something really bad had happened. When I got there and I saw the backpack in the floor, I was thinking maybe he just broke his leg or something, But by the look in the firefighter's eyes, I knew it was worse.
When was he pronounced dead?
They wouldn't tell me at the hospital. They wouldn't tell me there on the street. We drove to the hospital, and when I got there, they put me in a little room with no windows. And the doctor came in, and she had tears in her eyes. And I said, don't say anything. Just turn around and go back in there and turn on some machines or just do something. Just don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. And she started crying. And I fell to the ground, and I could hear my sister screaming Isaiah's name over and over. And she just kept saying that she was sorry, and she sat on the floor with me, and she held me. And for a second, I just wanted to die. I was pretty sure that I could not live because he was my reason for living. Wow.
Well, now we are going to take a look at a video celebrating Isaiah Shelton Dobine's life. Watch this.
Isaiah Shelton Dobine. Sunrise, May 16th, 2003. Sunset, October 23rd, 2014. Here is his journey.
If you just started tuning into the show, that was a look into Isaiah's life, a little boy who was taken from us far too soon. And sitting here with us today to share his story is his mother, Erin Vega. Erin, thank you for being so brave and being here on the show. I know that there's so many moms out there, parents, you know, who might have a similar story, and just hearing your story is just such a blessing. But tell me, you know, when you were going through this and, you know, you found out what happened to your son, like, did that make you question your faith?
Yes, for about 5 minutes, as long as the car ride was to the hospital. I remember yelling at God. God had kind of already told me he was gone before I knew he was gone. And so I just told God, like, because God and I had a deal. I would give my life to him and clean up if he would protect him and keep him safe. As long as he gets to heaven, then I will live my life for him. And so Isaiah was going to be a pastor, I heard. So many people had prophesied over Isaiah's life that he was going to be worshiping to thousands, and that he was going to change the life of thousands and be a light to so many. And so when I knew that this had happened to such a sweet boy, I said, what are you doing? Like, I told him, if this is what it's like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You promised me. And the whole way I cursed him there. And then when I got to the hospital, though, things changed for me. They asked me if I wanted to go in to see Isaiah after I had been able to, like, realize what had happened, able to stand to my feet. And they picked me up and they helped carry me to where my son was. And when I saw him lying there, his body, it was like a mixture of incredible pain, like the worst thing ever, and God's presence. In a way, I learned a part of God that I almost wish people could experience, just so they can understand.
Now, I want to touch a little bit on the man who ran him over. He was in a hurry. He was, not being slow on the road. What is your advice to people who are living life on the fast lane?
I know it's hard to think about it in the moment, and sometimes it takes a situation like this to wake us up. But I would say don't wait for a situation like this. Every day, every minute is a blessing, and every decision you make is not about you. We're not here for us. We're here to be an example of God's love and for others. And you have to think about the people surrounding you every time you make a decision to move fast. We need to embrace these moments and be grateful and cautious and kind.
Have you forgiven the man who took your son's life?
Yes. I met with him, and we are now, I would consider us friends. His mom and I now are the best of friends, and this relationship that we had wouldn't have happened any other way had it not been for the death of my son. And our friendship is changing lives of many. Forgiveness is key. We don't have to handle it the world's way. We can do it God's way.
So what good came out of this tragic event?
We don't have enough time because it's so much, so much. God has blessed us with a platform, in a sense. 1,200 people came to my son's funeral. 1,200 people got Bibles. People gave their hearts to the Lord. A nonprofit has been started about being a light, Isaiah's light, just like Isaiah was. And we're changing this place. And even in my son's death, God is still using him. And I know God in a way I never knew him before. I'm so grateful for this.
That's so beautiful. I want you to look into that camera for me, Erin, and maybe there's somebody watching who has lost a loved one. Maybe it was a son or a daughter. Would you just look into that camera and encourage them right now?
Yes. I would say to hold loosely to the things of this world, embrace them and love them, but also remember that they're God's children and they're loaned to us for a little amount of time to raise them up in the way they should go. And our job is to get them to heaven. College is great. Other things are great, but the ultimate goal is to know that they know the Lord. Don't put your joy in things here because they pass away. put your joy in Christ and let him be your foundation so that when things like this happen, you can't be moved. That would be my advice.
Amen. Thank you so much for being here with us,
Thank you
Erin.
for having me.
If you would like more information on this nonprofit organization that Erin started, you can go to isaiahslight.org. Thank you so much for watching Faith with Flavor. Don't forget to email me and stay connected with me on my social media sites. I would love to hear your questions and your comments. God bless you. Bye-bye.